Good morning. Mr. Rao's son is ill, so we will be doing our lesson through this video. So first of all, if you are subbing for this class, you will pause when I say pause and give the students opportunity to solve the problem, and then you can restart it. So first of all, students, you should have gone to the back of the classroom and pick up your homework. Your homework will go on page 76, or it will go in your homework folder. There are 4 questions for your homework tonight. Also, you should have picked up your notes in the back of the classroom. It goes on page 77 of your notebook. So today, please open up your composition notebook to page 1. Today we are working on pages 76 and 77. Today is 2-28, and we are working on two-step inequalities. So please copy that down. And then here's a question for today. Solve for C and graph on this number line. Let's see what you remember about inequalities. So you're going to do this on page 76 of your notebook. So please pause at this time. Welcome back. So let's see how you solve this. So first of all, is C isolated on the left side? It is not. So we are going to have to do the inverse of dividing by -5 by multiplying both sides by -5. This will cancel out because it makes one whole. So we are left with C. 4 groups of -5 is -20. So will it be C is greater than -20 or not? Let's see if you still remember this. Let me take out my highlighter here. Do you see this negative right here? C is negative. It's a negative variable. You have to do the opposite of. So do you remember that you had to flip this inequality sign from greater than to less than? No worries. Some of you may have forgotten to do that, but you do need to flip it around. So C is less than -20. So let's graph this now. So we put -20 here, put some numbers to the right and left of it, like -19 and -21. Is C going to be open dot or closed dot? It's going to be an open dot because do you see any equal sign? Can it be equal to -20? It cannot. So what is the symbol called? The sign is called less than. So we highlight the numbers that are less than -20. And that is our moment. So please take out your homework. So you may need to pause to give students the opportunity to take out their homework from last night. Welcome back. Here are the answers to our homework from last night. Question number 1, x equals 52. The second one, x equals 8. The third one, each x is equal to 16. The last one, each x is equal to 4. So 52, 8, 16, and 4. Turn it over to the back of it. The first one, each x is equal to 5. Second one, each x is equal to 9. The third one, x is 26. And the last one, this x needs to be a 14 for it to equal 48. You probably are having questions. It's like, I don't get the one about each deli sandwich. So we're going to talk about this one in more detail in case you did miss this. Is x isolated on the left side? It is not. How am I going to get rid of 3 and 7/8? I subtract 3 and 7/8 from both sides. This cancels, so I'm left with -1/4 x equal. Do I have more negatives or more positive? I have more negatives. By how many? By 2. So it's -2. 7/8 minus 5/8 is 2/8. So I have -1/4 x equal -2 and 2/8. Can I simplify 2/8? Yes, you can. It simplifies to 1/4. There are 2 ways you can solve this. How many 1/4s go into 2 and 1/4? I could draw 2 circles and a 4th. So how many fourths fit into a 2 and 1/4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So x equals 9. That's one way to do it. Another way I can do it is I can multiply both sides by -4 because that's the inverse. This cancels out, so x equal. Some students turn this into a decimal. They use -2.25 times 4, and they get 9.00 or 9. While other kids turn this into a fraction form. Do you remember this? 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is -9/4 times, how do you write this in a fraction form? -4/1. So it's -30, so it's +36/4, or 36/4 is 9. So please put your homework up now. Please tape it to page 70. I believe it's page 75. Yeah, please tape it to page 75. So you may need to pause it to give students time to do that. Welcome back. Tonight's homework, you have 4 questions. It's a single sheet. There's no back to it. So for the next 10 minutes, you will need to take out your algebra tiles. In the buckets, you will find bags of algebra tiles, and you will see inequality signs such as these. So you may need to pause it to give students time to take out their algebra tiles. All right, so welcome back. I would like you to put this on your table in front of you. Take out 2 A's, positive, 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 or +4. Take out the less than symbol, positive, 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 or +6. Can you tell me what will each A needs? So you may need to pause at this time to give students to try to think if they can solve it using model. Welcome back. So how did you do it? Did you do it this way? To get rid of these 4 positive units, did you take out 4 negatives and put it on both sides? Did you get rid of 0 pairs? Like this. So A and 2. So each A needs 1. So did you get A is less than 1? If so, you solved it correctly. Good job. Next one. Please clear out your algebra tiles and take this one out. Please take out -4. Turn the card over to the greater than symbol. Take out G plus 2, G plus 2, G plus 2, G plus 2. Is there another way to say this? It's 4 groups of G plus 2. But what's another way to rewrite 4 groups of G plus 2? 4 G's plus 8. So I would like you to tell me what will each G needs. So you may need to pause it at this time to give students the opportunity to figure out what G needs to be. Welcome back. So first of all, you have your G. Are the G's isolated? No. I need to take out 8 negatives and put it on the both sides. So you have to put -8 on both sides. These cancel because they are 0 pairs, because a negative and a positive make 0 pair. So we have 4G and we have 12 negatives. That means each G will need 3 negatives. Each G will need 3 negatives. So if you said the answer is -3 is greater than G, great job. Excellent job. However, in algebra, when you go to algebra in 2 years from now, Mr. Harper and Ms. Peacock will really prefer if you write the variable first. So what's another way I can say it? What about saying G is less than -3? Do you notice how the G is facing the less than side? So G is less than -3. This is the more preferred way of doing it. Next one. Please clear off your table and take out the following pieces. Please take out -m, -m, -m. Please take out 6 positives. Please take out the greater than or equal to sign and take out, I believe that's -9. You may need to pause it so kids can figure out what will each M be. M, positive M be. Welcome back. So in this one, did you take out to to get rid of, so are the m's isolated? No, I need to take out 6 negatives to get rid of these constants or units. So I do it on both sides. All of this becomes 0 pairs. Delete. So am I solving for m's or negative m's? I'm solving for m. I want to know what m's going to be. So this m, negative m, means you need to do the opposite of it. So you need to flip everything around. So you need to turn the negative 3m to positive 3m. You need to turn the negative 15 into positive 15. So did you flip it around? But did you also flip this inequality around from turn the card around to the other side? Because if you're going to do the opposite, you need to do the opposite of the negative m's, the negative 15, and the greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So each m, there's 15 positive and there's 3m. So each m is less than or equal to 5. So each m needs 5 pieces. How did you do on that one? Hopefully you did a good job on that one. Next one, clear off your desk. Take out the following pieces. Take out half of an M. What my class do is they get another piece and they make it stand up so that way, so they can see half of an M. So half of an X, plus 6 less than or equal to positive 4. Please pause and give students the opportunity to figure out what will a full X. An X will be what? Welcome back. So did you first take out 6 negative units and put it on the left side? And then did you put 6 negatives on the right side? So I minus 6 on both sides. All of this becomes 0 pair. And these become 0 pair. So a half of an x is less than or equal to negative 2. But if I want to do a full x, I need 2 more negatives. So it is x is less than or equal to negative 4. All right, so this is pretty much, we're done with the algebra towels. So please bag up your algebra towels. Please put it back inside his baggie. And please put the cards up, the inequality sign, put it back in your bucket. So you may want to pause and give students the opportunity to clean up a little. All right, next. So now it's time to take out your notes for today. It goes on page 77. It looks like this. You will need a highlighter also. So take out a highlighter or something, a colored pen. So when we do make our number line, you can show where it's highlighting to. So our first question is 2a plus 4 is less than 6. I would like you to model it and solve it and graph it. So to model it, you need to draw 2a's plus 4 less than 6. So you may want to pause it. It gives students time to copy that model down and to solve it through a drawing. Welcome back. Did you draw 4 negatives on both sides? Did you cancel these out? So each A needs 1 piece. So that is our model. Now let's do the solving part of it. On your next quiz and test, you've got to be familiar with both. You have to know how to model it, and you have to know how to solve it algebraically. You cannot do one or the other. You have to do both. You need to know both. So let's look at the first one. Is the A isolated on the left side? No. What's the inverse of plus 4? Minus 4 on both sides. This cancel. 2A is less than 6 minus 4 is 2. I divide both sides by 2. This cancel. A is less than 1. Did this algebraic match the model? It did. So let's make our number line now. Please put a 1 in the center, some numbers to the right of it, some numbers to the left of it. Open dot or closed dot. It is a open dot because it says it has to be less than 1. It can't be 1. There's no equal sign. And then I need to highlight this. This means less, so 0 is less than 1. How do you do test point? Test points is just replacing the a with 0. 2 zeros is 0 plus 4 is 4. Is 4 less than 6? Yes, it is. So we did it correctly. Next one. Please. So here's our next problem. We are going to draw this. So we draw negative 4 greater than 4 groups of g plus 2. We learned distributive property 2 days ago or 2 lessons ago. So it's 4 g's plus 8. You may need to pause it to give students time to solve this through a drawing method. Welcome back. Did you subtract 8? First of all, are the g's isolated on the right side? No. Did you draw 8 negatives on both sides? If not, please do so. All of these cancel out. So there's 4 g's and there's 12 negatives. Each g, 12 negatives, I need to divide it into 4 groups. So negative 3 is greater than a g. But in algebra, we like to put it where the g comes, the variable comes from. So g is facing the lesser side. G is less than negative 3. Now let's solve it algebraically. Negative 4 is greater than 4g plus 8 because 4 g's, 4 2's is 8. So are the g's isolated? No. Subtract 8 from both sides. This cancel. So we have negative 12 is greater than 4g. How am I going to get rid of this 4? The relationship is multiplying. So the inverse is divide both sides by 4. This cancel. Negative 3 is greater than g. Hey, same answer as this. But can I write it where the variable comes from? G is less than negative 3. And that's the answer. Let's make a number line. So negative 3 is in the center. Negative 2 and negative 4 are the numbers to the lesser and greater to it. Open dot or closed dot, there's no equal, so it's an open dot. And this means less than, so negative 4 is less than. So again, to test point, if you replace the g with negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. 4 groups of negative 2 is negative 8. Negative 4 is bigger. Next one. I would like you to draw this one. So draw negative 3m plus 6 greater equal to negative 9. So this is what it looks like. You may need to pause it to give students opportunity to solve for this. Welcome back. So we need to get, are the m's isolated? No, we need to get rid of these 6 positive with 6 negatives. So I balance it on both sides. All this cancels out. So are we solving for m's or negative m's? We're solving for m. So I need to do the opposite. This negative right here means you do the opposite of it. So we flip everything around, including the inequality sign. So negative 3m becomes 3m. Greater than or equal to becomes less than or equal to. The negative 15 becomes positive 15. So each m, there's 15 positive, and there's 3 of them. Each m less than or equal to 5. So let's solve it now. Negative 3m plus 6 is greater or equal to negative 9. So we subtract 6 from both sides. Cancel. We have negative 3m is greater or equal to negative 15. What does this negative right here tell you to do? It means you need to do the opposite sign. So I like flipping it right now so I don't forget. So how am I going to get rid of this negative 3? I divide both sides by negative 3. Cancel. M is less than or equal to 5. Hey, it matches our drawing. So I put a 5 here, a 6 here, a 4 here. I draw a closed dot for 5 because there's an equal sign now. And I'm going to highlight the lesser side. And our last question is this one. I'm not going to draw this one because it's a pain in the booger to draw this one. So I'm just going to solve this algebraically. Is the x isolated on the left side, class? It is not. How you can get rid of the plus 6? I subtract 6 on both sides. This cancels. So x divided by 2 is less than or equal to 4. Negative 6 is negative 2. Is x isolated on the left side? No. What's the inverse of divide 2 times 2? This cancel. X is less than or equal to negative 4. How are you going to graph this? Well, -4, yes, goes in the center. -3, -5. Closed or open dot, class? Closed, because there's equals there. Am I going to highlight the lesser or greater? This means less than. So highlight the lesser numbers. So what you're going to do now is you are going to be given 4 questions on the back of it, A, B, C, and D. So you're going to answer these questions, and then the substitute or the person can go around, see how well you do on it. I will also tell you the answers too at the end. So pause it. Welcome back. So here are the answers to it. The answer for the first one is x is less than or equal to 9. Close dot at 9 and highlight the numbers that are less. B, the answer for B is w is less than -2. Open dot for -2, highlight the numbers that are lesser. Number C is B is greater than -6. So I did a close dot, open dot for -6. I highlight the numbers that are greater than it. Why is this flipped around? Do you see how that negative's in front of the thing? So let's go over this one, because I know some of you may have questions on this one. So I subtract 2 on both sides. Cancel. I'm left with -half b is less than 3. This negative means you need to do the opposite. So I flip the sign around. So I multiply both sides by -2. Cancel. B is greater than -6. Letter D. The answer for D is P is greater or equal to 5. Close dot at 5, and I highlight numbers that are greater than 5. In case you're stuck on this question, you add 2.1 to both sides. Cancel. -0.3p is less than or equal to. There are more negatives by how much? By 1.5. This negative means you need to do the opposite, so we need to flip around the inequality sign. We divide both sides by -0.3, cancel. And then, I don't know about you, but I don't really like working with decimals, so I'm going to multiply both of these by the power of 10, so it becomes -15 divided by -3 is 5. And that is our lesson for today. Don't forget to do your homework.